Hello and welcome to this video on how to check my comments and look at your grade breakdown um, for your essays. So what I've done is I've created a sample assignment, and I'm going to go to that. This is going to be very simple. So you'll go to the portal for your essay assignment. When you click on that, it will bring up your essay, and you'll see that there's a grade here, 100, 100 point scale. 54 would be an F. I'll point out also the similarity index here. I used a former student's paper. I did change the name so as not to expose that particular student's information. But the bar here indicates, of course, that the whole thing is plagiarized because, of course, the paper was turned in to our system. So when you turn in a paper to turn it in, it checks the internet, it checks all student papers in its databanks, it checks everywhere to look for any matching phrases, sentences, paragraphs, etc. The percentage of matching appears as a similarity percentage here. So if you have a percentage that's in the 10 to 20 or certainly higher, then you are guilty of plagiarism and you are going to need to pull that paper before I wind up submitting you to the Dean of Students for disciplinary action. So that's one way to keep you from getting into trouble. And of course, it is the way that I make sure that all of the work that turns in this class meets the LSU UNIS standard for academic integrity. So let me click on the paper, and this is what you will see. Your paper. Again, everything that's highlighted in red, that comes from the that comes from the um, let me try this again. This whole thing is a disaster. Hello and welcome to this brief video on how to access my comments and the grade breakdown for your papers. I've created a sample assignment and I'm going to go to that now. This is what you would do. You would go to the portal for your essay. Please disregard the similarity index. This, of course, indicates the degree to which a paper that was turned in to the assignment has similar characteristics to other papers on the internet or articles or books or other student papers. Since I used a student paper for this particular uh, demonstration, it reads 99%. So please disregard that. And when you see the paper, all of the quote unquote plagiarized material will appear as red. Please disregard that as well. However, I should add that if you have a 10% or higher level of similarity, that means that you have plagiarized in some fashion, and so you will need to the look at where the plagiarism catcher has marked your paper and make those changes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the submission. Again, disregard the everything in this sort of light red because that's all of the material that is similar to the student paper. So uh, if you scroll down, you can see that at various locations, and I'll be honest, I have placed these things randomly in relation to this paper. But if there is a problem within your writing, I use these little markers to indicate that. I placed them in the proximity of where the problem is. If you want to know more about what the problem is, click on the button and it will give you a description of what this particular issue is. so you can then look for it in your own paper and make the necessary changes. As far as the grade breakdown goes, you would click over here to the little bubble, and I don't have text comments here. I do sometimes write text in the paper itself, so you'll see it on the paper. But you want to look at view rubrics, you click here, and the rubric appears or will appear here very soon. There it is. You can extend it so you can see the whole thing. You can see that I've broken down your grade according to the introduction, thesis statement, topic sentences, and then qualities of unity, coherence, and support for the body paragraphs. Then the conclusion, then a separate section for grammar, section for MLA style, and then finally a section for tone, whether or not you're taking an objective and academic tone or not. Each of these is broken down with a point value, and the point value has a corresponding description of the quality or lack thereof of uh, the assessment. And that is really it. That's how you use the portal to identify where I'm asking you to make changes. And this should give you at least a starting point if you want to meet with me for what you'll need to come in prepared to ask me about and to discuss. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know.